the front court. That's the bookkeeping, Brian. Now I ask you, what do you expect as we tip this thing off?
There are a couple of matchups that I'm looking at.
Second half, as Mike Gray put it, the Hokies just out-toughed the Irish. They took their lunch money. They treated us like the JV, he said. There's Durham slamming it home for the opening bucket.
To come out and recognize that he can throw it at the rim. The big guy goes and finishes up.
Reversal to the wide-open Alleyne. Steps inside the arc and drains the jumper. Day before the Miami game. His backups for playing harder in practice. So he decided to let them start that game. They've been playing really well lately. 16 points a game in his last 3. Justyn Mutts burrowing inside and banks it in past Leschewski.
What you'll see time to time with that pick and roll is that Virginia Tech will switch, and you see Couture knock down that 3.
Rebound tugged down by Leschewski.
One of the things that Notre Dame wants to do is they want to spread you out and run that pick and roll and force you to help you see Hubbs be able to turn and get downhill.
Yes, indeed. Well, Hubbs a guy who's got going. 32 points and 19 assists in the Notre Dame 2-game winning streak. There's a really tough fadeaway J.
But even crashed the boards from the offense.
Leschewski just checked out for Notre Dame. Aluma back in for the Hokies, and Couture buries another 3.
And I think a lot of that has been Virginia Tech's ability to stop them on the pick and roll. Notre Dame, they refer a lot on it. You see Aluma with the up and under.
Nicely done.
For the finish.
And that one rims out on him, and the rebound finds Hubb. Hubb in transition, pulls up and knocks it down. He's got a mismatch. The bigger Aluma, and it's the smallest guy, Beatty, that comes up with a steal.
And again, how about Mabisa Beatty being able to take on that switch?
Cone for 3, rattles it in. And now Notre Dame looking to carve into this deficit. They've gone more than 4 minutes now without points. And Prentiss Hubb changes that. Hokies have a 10-point lead, but it's not like they are dialed to 100 at this end. Missed their last 5 shots. A drought that ends, but that one rimming in for Mutts. Couture, the leading scorer in the Virginia Tech side with 6. Prentiss Hubb is actually the leading scorer of the game with 7. So that jumper from Couture gives him 9. Matchup problem. We'll try Mutts. We'll try Kassam. We'll try Aluma. They've silenced Leschewski with anyone that they've put on him so far. And Prentiss Hubb's been the only guy finding his offense for Notre Dame.
BC Beatty in the post. He's floating out. But then when you have Hubbs realize, okay, I've got Justyn Mutts.
Aluma to the bucket.
Aluma go to the basket and finish. How about the defense for Virginia Tech? When you look at top 3 scores for Notre Dame and Leschewski, you see nice little dime. That'll hopefully get him going.
His first field goal attempt is a good look. See if that Leschewski jam gets the Irish going a little bit. Step back for Hubb. Booyah! 13 points for Prentiss. Way back in 2005, Mike Gray's Irish narrowly edged the Wofford Terriers in a 3-point win. Back when Mike Young was coaching in Spartanburg, and goodness, Hubb. On the drive, Alleyne kicks it for Couture, and Hunter has 4 first-half 3s.
They got to get a little bit more continuity with their offense.
Alleyne kicks it to the corner, and ball finds the bucket for Beatty. First unit back out there today at the start of the game, but no Cormac Ryan. Out with a strained tendon in his foot. Tried to go a shoot-around today, and they said maybe they could have forced him to play, but they said, no, let's wait and get you healthy.
This time, he'll be able to get that jump hook over the left shoulder, something he couldn't do in the first half against Juwan Durham. You see Nick Jogo on the backdoor cut for the finish.
Aluma's up to double figures with 10 after his last bucket. Now he's got 12 off the feed from Mutts.
Nice high-low action. It'll get to Aluma close to the basket for the finish.
Gray Wirtz trying to get going, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play. And they need him to be, especially with Cormac Ryan out. In the lane, Alleyne finds a way to get to a Northerner, a Midwesterner. On the drive after steal, better block. Aluma denies the run from Wirtz. And now at the other end, Alleyne up high, and Mutts slams it home.
2 big plays.
Yeah, this Virginia Tech team, they are a 93-foot team. They play both ends.
Well, again, Mike Young talks about their toughness. And you see Leschewski being able to come up with the offensive rebound.
Irish trying to keep this one within striking distance. Aluma's heating up for Virginia Tech.
A baby hook into the lane.
Yeah, that was nifty. 14 points now for Aluma. Wirtz lets Cone go by and splashes in two. Big defensive play by Cone. Without Radford, guys got to step up as Mutts hop, skips, and jumps to the rim. And he rocked the rim several times against Syracuse. Goodwin with 360 and then threw it in.
I'm sure Mike Bray is probably trying to light a fire out of him because that's a guy that can put the ball on the floor, and he's strong enough to be able to go get his own shot.
Those were his first 2 points of the game. Justyn Mutts going right back at Lecheski with Mutts. Banging inside. Turn around a couple times and throws it in. He creates another possession, though. Go right back to Goodwin, who barrels to the bucket and gets swallowed up. Excellent defense by Bamisile on the dribble, and then Aluma to help with a block. Here's Hubb the other way. Into the traffic. And the teeth of this Virginia Tech defense has been tough tonight. Tony Sanders Jr. gets the stick back there, but
Virginia Tech has done it by committee, being able to limit him. You see Alleyne with the turnaround. Again, another stop by Notre Dame. Can they capitalize off of this?
Goodwin baseline two. Has not been the Irish's night from the outside. They're 3 of 16.
And for a guy that's been struggling, I don't think that that's the shot for Dane Goodwin. As you see Alleyne come down and put a little pull-up. Sure, whether that ball didn't go off for Nick Jogo, but again, play on.
Goodwin gets two.
Guy, again, that can put his head down, is strong enough to finish with the contact.
Dane Goodwin has 8 in the second half. Alleyne with a dagger of a triple to answer.
Give him a chance in some daylight. He's going to knock it down.
He's had some big buckets tonight and all season long for Virginia Tech. Wirtz, though, this time the bucket will count and one.
The ball over to Beatty. Again, you'd rather go ahead and have him shoot that three. Force Mutts to have to cough that ball up.
Hubb going baseline. Pretty good defense by Mutts to stay with. And Mutts has been a guy that they've played through tonight. And it's worked out. Nice shot by Alleyne going glass. Despite all of that, despite the fact the Irish are shooting just 35% for the game, they're still within striking distance here.
Dove towards the basket. Good read by Wirtz, giving them that dive. And like you say, they got to get stops on this other end. You see penetration and the finish by Alleyne.
3.5 minutes away from another ACC road win, and you appreciate every one of those because you don't take any for granted. Justyn Mutts be tougher than a $2 steak. $2 steaks, pretty tough. Be tougher than that. Prentiss Hubb, chance for three. Zona with a nice dish to the cutting Hubb.
Nice backdoor cut by Prentiss Hubb.
Another rejection from Mutts. From the opening tip to the final buzzer, Virginia Tech was in control of this one. They jumped out 7-2. They led by as many as 15, and they win it by 11.